Hey guys, what's going on? It is Mega Minecraft here, and today I am back for a tutorial requested by people on the comment section, via Skype, etc. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys this tutorial because you guys have asked for it, and I also have another one planned for you guys later. I have some no copyright sound music playing in the background, just to, keep you guys occupied and stuff, otherwise while I'm talking, but for that, other than that, I do hope you guys do enjoy this episode. Let me turn this down. There we go. Okay, so today, guys, what we're going to be doing is teaching you guys how to make thermal the thermal evaporation towers that generate all the brine. How to make those like this. Okay, look, production 0. Yes, I get it. And then you can see the temperature is obviously pretty high. That's why we're doing this thing in a desert. But what you guys want to know is how to make it without solar panels. And I'm assuming that's because on Flange you want to make one of these things underneath ground. And today I'm going to actually show you guys how to do that. So for starters, what you guys should do is definitely start off by making yourself one of these cube reactors 5x5x5. They tend to generate 5,000 RF a tick and only use up 0.11 mil buckets a tick. So that is at the 100% zero control rod. If you even set it down to 50,000, you're probably going to get something like 3.5 thousand RF for 0.06, which is around, but you're going to be needing all the power. So when you think about it, guys, just that, I mean, 0.1, it's really not that much. So what you guys are gonna want to do is take out your thermal pipe thing, and I need to grab a bucket real quickly. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold up a stop right here, and we're going to put down 9 water like this. Okay, and then above this you're going to want to have your power supply line going around like this. Now you only do really need about 2 for this, but what I'm doing is in case you wanted to like expand it at all, like in any way. Okay, so what you guys are going to want to do here then is place, after you've got your pumps down, you can use however many you want. You're just going to get these mechanical pipes here. I'm just using Elite for a general purpose in case like overpowered people watching this, or if just beginners are watching it, but also to speed up the process. Then what you guys are going to want to do is make one of these thermal evaporation things, preferably 4x4 is the minimal size if you're constrained on size. But if you guys did want to see evidence that you can make it bigger, that evidence is actually pretty easy to show off. It's just literally just as simple as saying, hey, look, if I went like this, I wanted to make it longer, I could still go like this, and it. Oh, I don't actually think it does work that way. No, never mind. I'm being a derp. Okay, so what you guys are gonna do then is put this thing right here. Oh wait, no, it just doesn't do that. Okay, so you guys are gonna put your valve right there, your controller right there, and no, not the controller and not the pipe. So you then use your builder's wand. It can be iron or diamond, diamond preferred, to build up. You guys are going to want to build up probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The thermal things, they generate more depending on what biome you're in. So if you guys are in like a cold biome or something, I would totally consider moving either this or your base to another biome. And then what you guys are going to want to do is, let me just check. Okay, yeah, so then what you guys are going to do is place your thermal tower thingy right about here, like, right there. And then you guys are going to want to put these things called Elite Thermodynamic Covers, and you're going to want to place them right there. So then you're going to come down here after you're all done with that, and you're going to put a pipe right here and a controller right here. And what that will do is that will then assemble it, and you can see it's already getting by default 300 temperature. So what we're going to then do is we're going to then put in these things called resistive heaters. Now what they do is they use RF to generate heat. However, this thing, as you know, needs heat. That's why it needs solar panels. So if you grab some universal cables and you plug it in like so, there we go. And then you just take the cable right here, and then you just sort of, let's just bring this cable off over here, over to the side. So then if you just bring it down here really quickly, we can just go like this, and now you can see that this stuff is gaining power. Now what you can do is in here you can set the amount of RF. Preferred right now, guys, would be either 300 or 500. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use 500. You can really use any amount you want. I'm going to actually see if our reactor holds up, because really how much RF you want this thing to generate is how much RF the fuel usage will be using over here. So let's check out this guy and make sure that he's going okay. He appears to be going, wait, okay, so we need to put in the bucket, then we can identify if he's okay. So we have the resistive heaters up, and let's put this guy in. There we go. So now this guy should start filling up with water, yep. And this thing is now accelerating the millbug usage. As you can see, it's accelerating the temperature as well, because that's what the resistive heaters up there have been doing, which now makes it generate brine insanely fast, by the way. Now, if you guys did want an output for this, what you can do is you can then put something over here, and then put this tube in it. You can put an elite mechanical pipe in here. Then you have to get out a configurator and hold shift, and then click twice, and that will output right there. And then what you can do is you can then cycle it into let's grab out our cables. You can then cycle it into what's called a, gosh, how am I gonna do this? Right there. Okay, you can then cycle it into this thingy called the rotary condenser. I think that's what it's called. Probably is. You have to make sure you place it the right way, but what will happen is it will then come in here. If you put it into the rotary condenser, you can see it's now turning the brine into gaseous brine, which the gaseous brine you can actually put into a, where is it? You can put it into a tank right here instead of the ultimate fluid tank, and then you can just plop it in there and take the pressurized tube. You can put the pressurized tube there, and then as you can see, it's now transferring the gaseous brine over into here. So there we go, input right there, and now you can see this thing is now obtaining gaseous brine, and this thing also has all the brine in it. And as you can see, 23, 24, it's still increasing to this point. Now what we do need to see is, can our reactor hold it? Yes, it is barely holding it, guys. So if you put every single one at 500, yes, it'll barely hold. But if you guys did want to add on any extra add-ons, you can always make it. Yeah, because I still saw it accelerating. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make, okay, as you can see, each one in here says 307 K. So I think what that does is that adds 307, or it means combined. But I'm guessing it just adds. Yeah, it looks like it's just adding. So it's still trying to get up to that 1,200 thing. And as you can see right now, 900. Okay, that temperature, it's also increasing the speed at which it is creating the brine. So the brine should fill up pretty quickly, and then that will all work, and that will all happen. And it seems right now like this thing is still. It appears that it's like buffering. It's really struggling to stay on. As you guys can notice, this thing is now producing an insane amount of brine. Look at how fast this thing filled up. That thing is already maxed in barely no time. It's also nighttime, not even to mention. I think this really just affects you guys if you're in like a desert or something. And also you guys can use speed and energy upgrades. Now there's another thing that I did want to show you guys today that's pretty cool. If I do apply the speed upgrade, I'm going to also probably have to apply the energy upgrade, because I want to make sure that we're not, of course, killing our reactor off. Now I think 300 RF would definitely be, yeah 300, because this thing is now decreasing. But if I mean, an alternative, guys, always is just simply an alternative would just be to make your reactor bigger, but in this case we're going to use that alternative instead. So this thing appears to now be staying at that RF, and it's not going any higher. This thing is now regenerating on the fuel. As you can see, it's struggling between there, but it is managing to stay stable. And I'm rethinking that's because I just added all the energy upgrades into this. This thing is now adding the gaseous brine in very, very, very fast, which now you can see this thing is now filling up with the gaseous brine really, 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 really fast. Anyways, that is how you do it without any solar panels. If that was actually a challenge, I would just like to say, challenge. I would just like to say, challenge completed. Yay. Yay, friends. So that was all for this episode, and I hope you guys did enjoy. But if I did want to show you guys this, if you guys want to stick around, make sure to also hit that like button if you did enjoy this, that I know to do more flans and tech and more tutorials. In the future, I do have another one coming up, and that tutorial is how to run your big reactor and make it control how much fuel usage it's using according to how much you need it to use. Making a very smart usage of your yellorium ingots. But with all that being said, if you guys want to leave now, leave now. But for right now, I'm going to show you guys a epic way to oceanize your entire base, so that it can, like, because when every single source block is water, grenades can break through it with the obby breaker. Grenades can break through the water if it is like flowing water. So if you make your base like inside of the ocean, then grenades can't do that. So people might always be saying, oh hey, wait, I need to like oceanize my entire base then. So what I just found out is that I found a item, and I don't know if it's actually on the server, and if it's not, then I'm so sorry. But if you're wanting to do this in a single player world or on FTAM Lite or something, then of course this would probably be for you to know about. But what I'm hoping is that it actually does work really well. And yeah, so essentially I found this item here, and it's called a fluidic pressurizer thingy cell. Let's go and grab ourselves an ultimate cell, and then let's builders wand up this thing. Okay, so let's say your base is inside this. Okay, this is a pretty small representation, but you know what? It does make it worth it. So this thing, if you supply it with water, what it's going to do is it's going to fill up this whole thing and turn it completely into an ocean. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, so what we then can do, we can grab some upgrades. Now, I don't know if you guys can actually see what it's doing. You guys probably can't because I'm not looking. But what it's actually doing is every single one of those blocks they're actually turning into a source block. So what's going to happen is it's going to say water needed. It's going to say finished yes once it completely encases everything. Now I think the reason this thing is banned is because you can actually probably flood the whole world with it at the same time. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I mean, think about it. If this thing had no boundaries, you could probably ruin the world with this. So it might be banned now that I'm actually thinking about it, because I haven't actually seen it. Yeah, sorry if you guys do hear my phone going off at the same time, but yes. So now it is going to say finished no. That's because it's doing all the ones down there. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to be waiting for this thing to say yes, and when this thing does say yes, every single block down here is a source block, which means that if we go into game mode 0, if you're ever not in a source block, you can tell because it's really hard to swim up. But if you are in a source block, you can actually tell because it's really easy to swim up. I don't know if like that made much sense, but think of it like whenever you're trying to go up that one water stream and it's like really dead. But yeah, that's essentially a way to metaphoricize it. It looks like it's done all the way up until like the second to bottomest row. Like, that is a word. So what I did want to definitely test though is if I did do this, would it break it? Will this break it? Because I think it will. Let me try this. Please say this thing is balanced, because if it's actually balanced, that means you guys can use it. This is the part of the flans video where I just derp around. I can't really edit this video, guys. Sorry about that. I have a bit of constraints that I'm also working with right now. So let's see. Energy 0. Okay, so this is the one that's upgraded. Okay. Please tell me this is not gonna... Whew! Game rule. Where's the tick speed? Dang it. Yeah, no, this thing has to be banned. It's probably banned, guys. Sorry for that. Oh my gosh. I'm muting my phone. Okay. So, thank you guys all for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to help me get up to my goal with 300 subs. I might think about unhiding my sub count quite soon, but I don't really know about it. I seem to be getting just enough attention to the point where it really shouldn't bother me if I turn it off. Because when you're at that point when people see your subscriber count and it's like 2 or 3, but you make really good quality content, they might just pass away from your channel. But like, I don't know. I'm thinking that I have a decent number right now, but as you guys can see, I totally see why this thing is going to be banned. Like, if it actually is, like, I honestly wouldn't see why it shouldn't be banned. Because think about it, if we went like this, right? And then we went like this. Look, now I can literally just do it like 3 times as fast. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Okay. See you guys next time. Goodbye.